right, guys. So on this segment, we want to discuss trend with our guests before we wrap up for today, and then quickly we want to talk about trends. Now, I for one not that I'm preaching against this thing because of course I'm in this space and I intend to be here for a very long time before you guys start dragging me. But let's talk about trends. Sir. Of late, there have been things on the social media space. One that really caught my attention that like maybe two, three things to close. First, the removal of this River State governor, and then bringing a sole administrator on board. I think this happened. I didn't even know it has ever happened in Nigeria until I started seeing newspaper when Obasanjo, the former president Olusegun Obasanjo, did it to the governor of Jos, and then it's two. I'd forgotten the other one, and then this one happening where an elected president is removing an elected governor. And we thought the thing could not hold, and then it held somehow. And then on the other hand, we're talking influencing. Today, there are many influencers on social media. Today, if you care is not taking, anybody can just be an influencer. I was making content, I said this on the show before at 5G, and I asked a 200 level local government student of Ahmadu Bello University. And I said, who is his role model? And the guy said, Portable. So I laughed that day. And this very good looking young man, he said his own influencer or his own role model is Portable. For God's sake, of all the musicians in Nigeria. So, sir, what is your view on this? And then, sir, how did this guy become an influencer of the year? By what is of? I don't think. Well, maybe that's changing English is creative, but is that creative enough that he should win an influencer of the year?
Okay, you say everybody have a style.
A style.
Everybody have what we call brand name. Take for example, Funke Akindele.
Yeah.
If she becomes Jennifer, she's different. That's her brand.
Of course.
Now, Funke won't sell if he's not Jennifer. There was a time the English of Funke, her spoken English, became the in thing all over Nigeria. To the point that several governors' wives were speaking like her. So that's the brand.
Yes.
So she has actually influenced a lot of people. But now she's not, though she's on the social media space now, but with her films.
Yeah.
Now, the young man, Bella, that's his style too. So, it's a people identify with your style, with your brand, what you're known for. And then, I'm sure he got that award because of the last tournament he had with that king of TikTok.
Okay, yes.
And then, of course, we've seen Bella several times doing giveaways on social media. People he doesn't know, you say, I'll give you 500,000, and then he will do that. I'll give you 200,000, and then he will do that. And he's a young guy, a young youth who have other youths in mind. Of course, a lot of youths can exploit every other person, but we see this on social media, and then he encourages young people as well. That's his brand. Imagine Bella not speaking the way he's speaking now, and then you pass him on knowing it's Bella. But the moment he opens his mouth and speaks, that's his brand. So that gives him the identity on the social media space, on every other space. Recently, he went back to his former school at Ikorodu, and then, of course, a young boy that way, I think his manager or whoever who manages him is giving him the right advice to go back to school to help these people he's saying. I mean, giving back to the society that actually have groomed him.
Yeah.
So it's a thing of know when to give back, know when to have this social media, social cooperative responsibility.
Yeah.
You see, when you know how to do that, I mean, your brand will sell. We keep selling.
True.
And for that young man who says Portable is his role model, you see, you can't blame him. There is something he has seen in Portable. It might not be Portable lousy lifestyle or the color hair he wears. Maybe it might be the way Portable says things, the way the things are. Just like very dark man.
Yes.
As in, they just say it and then they see that they follow through, talking about this is what it is and then this is it. Not trying to
say things and just down the consequences.
So you say you pick something, some something definite
The
about
style of that
yes,
person.
about, so it might not just be the way he raps or the way, but just him speaking the truth is what really, really maybe make him identify with such. So, I mean, everybody have a mentor, and then the mentorship, you know, the quality you want to get from your mentorship that leads you to submit to the person, and then you get impacted from the person, and then you start behaving, start doing what your mentor doing, or even supersede because you have been tutored.
True.
So you see that all those influencers, that's what they do. They influence. Influencers basically help people to see things in different lights, in different corner from their perspective. They change your mindset on something. I have never, I never hated him, Bella, but I'm not a fan of Bella.
Is it because
Until my wife kept saying, "There's this boy, God has blessed him. The way he speaks English, the way." I said, "What's this Bella of a thing?" And then one day, I just,
as from your pronunciation, we all know you don't know. It's even Bella, not Bella.
I mean, imagine that. So you see, and then I listened to one of the way he dances, the way he entertains, the way he say things from his logical point of view. And then he called in Tiwa Savage, and then she said, "When I come to Nigeria, I'll take you." And then after like a week or two, and the guy is flying with Tiwa, and they were shouting. You see, it makes people see life.
In a different light.
Yes, if you really want something, just request, just ask. And when you do that, it's either yes or no.
True.
It's not going to kill you, it's going to mar you, but it doesn't stop you or limit you from who you are actually. So I think influencers really do positive, though they have the negative angle of it, but we always strive for the positive, you know, so that we have a better society and also have a better youth who can really do a whole lot of things within the society. So I do not have issue with the guy. The guy actually followed the competition that happened between him and King of TikTok, and they both tried. Actually, they tried. It's for me. I think it's an experience for him,
Yeah, true.
and then he has passed through that process. Next time, if there will be something like that, he knows what to do, and then he knows the people he needs to get
Yes.
involved. And of course, don't forget that TikTok is actually a social media platform that makes money.
Yeah, it's a money making platform.
Yes. So, and then those are the things they want on their platform. Because the more you spend, the more money they make,
Yeah.
the more money you're supposed to make as well. Because it's a give and take kind of thing. And so, of course, TikTok will always give you something brandy so that it will keep you and your followers together. And then a lot of people will start ascribing to such media platform for entertainment purpose or for educative or for information, whatever reason you want to do that.
And so, what's your view on this whole elected removing an elected in Nigeria?
Well, that's politics. And then politics is a dimension of different waves. You cannot just place place it somewhere. Um, there is this what's the name of this play? Fraternity. We just maybe you just staged the play um about 3 or 4 weeks now. And then there's a character who is a young politician who is aspiring to be the next senator.
Okay.
And then there's this character who already is a multi-millionaire. Like, let's say, this guy that built a refinery, what's his name? Dangote. No, so this Dangote kind of guy is telling this young politician that if you want to keep the power contained, you need to put it in a cup, and you need people like me to help you to keep this power contained. But if you think you want to be on your own, and then he spills it on the ground, and say you be just be like the spilled drink on the floor, ready to be slip. So when you step on it, of course you slip and fall. So except people like me will help you contain this power. And so that's exactly what just happened.
But then, sir, how is that? How would that work?
Okay, you see, The governor is elected, rightly elected. And then the power has to be contained, right? And then someone who is under the seat of power too, who feels he has more authority than that one there. There's disagreement. So for us to contain this, we have to work together and keep this power. But if we're not going to work together, you will be like that
All
drink
the way
Paul.
to the-
So that's exactly what just happened. So the one who feels he can control the power and contain it,
I've
actually
just showed him
yes, how
power runs.
powers runs.
Hmm.
So that's exactly what just happened. So it's a game of interest. Tomorrow, if the governor, the unseated governor, is back to APC, he probably might win another Senate or another House of Rep or something. He has already aligned himself. So it's just a way of balancing power within the bourgeoisies.